Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be making this beautiful pineapple wontons with my homemade blueberry sauce. And without further ado, let's get into these ingredients. So the first thing you're going to need is you're going to need one pineapple. Today I only used 3 slices, but typically you would use the entire pineapple. So I only made a small batch. And what I'm doing here is just dicing the pineapple into small pieces, not big chunks, but small pieces. I got this recipe from a cooking competition that I did with my coworkers last year. It was really fun. We partnered with chefs at this company in New York City, which I can't remember the name right now, but if I do, I will link it down below. And it was so much fun, and each chef helped us. It was kind of like our own chopped competition. So we competed against each other, and one of the teams made this recipe. And so I kind of took and elevated to my own style and taste. And it's something that I typically would not eat because I don't really like fruit in my food. But with this one, I made an exception. So, after your pineapple has been diced on medium-high heat, we're gonna make our sugar syrup. So you're gonna need some water and some sugar. Again, I'm so sorry about the measurements. I don't have exact measurements here, but I would say probably 1 cup water, 1 cup sugar. The most important thing is that you want the sugar to dissolve in the water. So you're going to need more water than sugar. So I will either say equal parts water and sugar, or less sugar and a little bit more water. And of course, taste your syrup to make sure that it is at the sweetness that you desire. So once I'm allowing it to bubble, and I just take the spoon, it should look very sticky, very syrup-like, and the sugar should be completely dissolved. Once both the water and the sugar is well combined, you are going to add in the diced pineapple to the pot on medium-high heat. We really don't want to go any higher than medium-high heat. We don't want anything to overburn or anything like that. So you're going to add the pineapple straight in. And then we're going to add the remaining of our ingredients for the pineapple mixture. So that's going to be your minced ginger. You can use powdered ginger, and I did do that the very first time, but I personally think that using fresh ginger has a better impact, a better kick to the entire pineapple sauce, to the entire pineapple mixture. So I added in about a tablespoon of fresh ginger. I also added in nutmeg and cinnamon as well. And those, again, I eyeballed it. I would say half a teaspoon to a teaspoon, maybe a little bit more depending on your taste buds. And that was pretty much it. That's what I added to the pineapple mixture. And you're gonna allow that to boil up until all the liquid, majority, I would say 90 to 95% of the liquid has reduced, because the pineapple itself already has juice in it, so we don't want too much liquid to be in there. Then while that's reducing, we're gonna make the blueberry sauce. So get your fresh blueberries. I've never tried using frozen, but you could definitely try that. You're gonna need fresh blueberries and water, just enough water that it's, covering the tip of the blueberries. And then you're going to add in your white sugar, and the amount of sugar you put in is depending on how sweet the blueberries are. So always taste them before you begin to cook it, so you can gauge the sweetness. So I would say I added about 1/4 of a cup of sugar in there. Then I'm also going to add a splash of vanilla, a fresh squeeze of lemon juice, and then the lemon rind. Instead of doing lemon zest, the lemon rind added more flavor in there. Just make sure that after the sauce is boiled up together that you remove the lemon rind, because it can become very bitter in the sauce. Of course, we're going to mix everything together and just allow that to come to a boil. Checking back on our pineapple mixture, this is almost reduced. I need a few more minutes. As you can see, some of the water has begun to evaporate out of the pot. I need a little bit more to evaporate because the very first time I did this, I had too much water in my wonton pockets and it kept exploding out on the sides. Of course, I'm tasting just to ensure that I don't need to add any more sugar and no other ingredient. Then I'm going back to my blueberry sauce, and what I'm doing here is taking the back of my spoon and bursting the blueberries open, just squeezing them so they can burst out. I didn't do this to all of them because I still want some to be intact, but I'm bursting out a few to get the juices flowing, to get them infused with all the other flavors within the pot. So now we're going to allow the blueberry sauce to continue to just marinate and boil and come together as a sauce. The pineapple wontons are done, and so now I'm just placing this into my wonton wraps. These are the same brand that I used in the previous video. I believe I was doing the pop stickers. So I used the soy brand. It's basically the remaining half of one of the packs that I used. And all I'm doing is just adding a spoonful, I would say a teaspoon to a teaspoon to 1.5 teaspoons of the pineapple mixture, dabbing a little bit of water, closing it up, and then putting off to the side. Be mindful that this mixture is very sticky and that there is liquid, so just be mindful that you're still going to have liquid kind of traveling out. Do the best that you can, but the amount that you put in there is very important, and you can make the wonton shape any way you want. If you are more advanced, clearly I'm not that advanced with the whole wonton thing, but if you're more advanced, you can make these into nice little dumpling lookings. You can do cool things to the sides. I am not that advanced yet, but I will get there. I will get there. Now I'm just adding in cornstarch and water mixed together. Again, depending on how much cornstarch you put in, depends on how thick you want the sauce to be. I just wanted mine to have body. I didn't really need it to be like a thick, gooey sauce. I just needed it to have body, which it did. So it was still on the thinner side, but by all means, if you want yours to be like thick molasses, add more cornstarch and water to the mixture. And so our blueberry sauce is pretty much complete. I'm going to turn the fire off and let that cool down and rest. And then here I've got my pot that I used the last time in my previous pot stickers video. Added some oil to that and made sure that the heat was on medium high to high heat. And then we're just going to cook the wontons about 2 to 3 minutes on each side, or until it's very nice and golden brown. Not lightly golden, but I want mine to be golden brown. And that took about 2 to 3 minutes on each side. Now we're getting ready to plate, all right? So I have 3 wontons here that I already fried, and now we're going to begin to assemble the entire creation. We're going to first add the blueberry sauce, okay, and drizzle that all over. Again, this was on the thinner side. And then this part is optional. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, but we're going to top this with powdered sugar. And you're gonna get the strainer, pour the powdered sugar in there, and then just lightly dab it on top until it is at your desired look. And these are best served warm or freshly out of the frying pan. If you're going to serve these later, just remember to reheat this. And if you're going to serve this later, don't add the sauce or the powdered sugar. Wait until it's reheated and then add the other embellishments on top. This is so delicious, so great for dessert, a nice little brunch treat, or just something nice to do at the end of a holiday. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on social media, Instagram, and on YouTube, and on Twitter. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next one. Have a wonderful and great rest of your day.